And Jaeger is Jaeger, as in Jaeger. Like, yun.
We will be talking about something we think that everyone can #relate to, the struggle in building a startup. We kind of started the conversation on how we've been really struggling in real life, but we're also struggling in growing this business of ours, which is new age digitals.
I get messages like, ang saya-saya naman ng work niyo, or are you guys even working? First of all, yes.
We're super hands-on.
Yeah. There's also the serious side that we don't share. We're not gonna post like us like in tears.
Yeah.
We obviously started out as employees.
Once you find your passion, everything will just flow. What NAD is for us is something we're very passionate about.
Back then, we were still figuring out our passion in terms of career.
Yeah.
How many jobs have you had before, Lad?
I think my first job was in 2013, which was in the government pa.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Because it doesn't seem like her. But yeah, me, I started 2011 ad agency. So it wasn't too digital. I've juggled like, I don't know, 7 jobs at a time. Another thing that we had to go through was ang dami-naming ideas about this. We had to narrow it into what we really wanted.
First of all, syempre, you have to know what you want to be as a brand. First, we started talaga talking about new age just being social media management.
Yeah.
But eventually, you always have to think long term. If you can expand into something bigger, then that's even better for you guys. Bakit social media lang? We started putting up our website development team, our SEO team.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound as fast as that. Yun yung process. We had to first also answer like, what problem do we want to solve really? She was doing social media, I was also doing social media. We wanted to answer like people's problem, which was generally, we don't have time to do our social medias. Hindi ko na kaya yung operations, tapos social media pa. So we thought, okay, so let's take that out of your hands and you can focus on sales and operations and day-to-day, and we'll take over your social media.
And I remember we were meeting in coffee shops lang.
We were rotating around Co-op,
Before the pandemic.
Wildflower,
Yeah.
and Flossom. So thank you guys. Kayo yung unang naming office. So,
And then after we looked nga for our office, we had to take into consideration the convenience because we're from San Juan. And then kung ano yung pasok sa budget for rent.
parang like house hunting. Our other partner would be like, guys, ito. And he would send us like all these photos. So, we found one, fortunately, that was just perfect, which is now what you're seeing.
And we're lucky we found this before COVID situations. How a global pandemic interfered with us being like in the center of growing our agency.
Not even growing. Like, we started January, and then March, it was like...
One also struggle that we're going through right now is syempre, kailangan namin mag-manage ng clients. You always have to make sure that client always comes first. Make sure also that you manage them in such a way na we always say to ourselves in the office, we have to under-promise and over-deliver para hindi din tayo mahihirapan.
Of course, you don't wanna keep like promising all these things tas hindi niyo pala kaya.
Tayo lang din mahirapan if ganon.
We really know what's going on. Even the ones she's handling, I know of, and then vice versa. So it's really, really nice and good that you know everything that's going on in whatever business you're putting up.
One thing also is you have to distinguish yourself from your competitors. Sino ba yung mga parang you have to do your competitive scan, your research into like the different agencies which are the same as yours. What makes you the agency that people want to go to? Big time,
Smaller scale companies. So you have to also distinguish which one exactly. Because if you're gonna try and compete with all, I don't know.
We also want to give you guys a few tips and tricks
based on what we already know.
on our experience. So
the first one is you have to be willing to spend a lot in the beginnings, both money and time.
Withdraw lahat ng savings mo. Bye-bye.
Yeah, goodbye. Sacrifice. Can't just expect to not spend and then just earn.
Paano ba mag-grow if hindi ka naman mag-effort? Diba? It's not like you're gonna sit down and stuff are gonna happen. Behind all this foundation, there's eye bags.
I can't even cover mine anymore. Parang baby mo na rin yung business mo.
And you're thinking of new ways to grow your baby.
Yeah.
Your baby. Tingnan ako ng baby.
Thankfully, our partner, who is normally behind the scenes, is very determined also.
So that goes to our next tip. It's no man is an island. So you have to surround yourself with the best people possible. We think everyone, it's a good dynamic. So that's really important when you're starting your own business.
Sobrang dami ng work like coming in, and we were like, as much as we want to do it ourselves, you also don't want to get too tired kasi diba nga work-life balance. Look for other people with potential and the same skills, and if they can help you, why not?
You should also find a mentor. It could be people in your office, it could be your past bosses. One of the pinaka Lodi, yung idol talaga namin is si Gary V.
Who?
Hindi si Gary Valenciano. Hi, Gab.
Not for anything, pero baka isipin niyo, huh?
Not Gary Valenciano, I mean Gary Vaynerchuk. Siya talagang one of the best mentors that we're having now, and actually we were starting this vlog also because of him.
All we play is Gary V's podcast. We try to apply it in New Age Digital. Yeah.
We love you, Gary V. Hope you're watching. But it's really good to have a mentor kasi that person talaga is more experienced than you, especially if you're a young person like us. Well, I'm younger. What I really do is I observe the words they use or how they, maneuver through the whole operation process of the business.
So you can also pick up what it is you like about their styles and what it is you don't like about them. And then you apply it to yourself.
You really have to invest in marketing, be it in ads, be noisy online.
Yeah.
You should have a Twitter account, an Instagram account, a Facebook account, a LinkedIn account.
In relation to our first point, you have to be willing to spend. So this is also where the money part comes in.
There's really a lot of mga marketing classes. So there's Skillshare, there's even Google has a lot of their own classes online.
Over quarantine, ang daming nag-share ng mga masterclass. Another thing is see what others are doing out there. So even if they're not in the same industry, but you're inspired by what they're doing, what you like about their strategies, what you don't like, and see if it will work for you.
If you guys have a full-time job and then your business that you're starting, you're cooking at home, you're selling sushi bake, but then you're also you're in banking, but you have a side hustle, that's okay. You just have to know how to manage your time wisely and then know where to spread yourself. Once you parang invest more in your passion, then I'm sure you'll make more out of the sushi bake, and then you can just leave your full-time job.
I used to have a full-time job. At some point, parang overload na. What happened was, obviously, I started seeing the potential of New Age Digital, and it needed more of my time. We had big goals for it and big dreams. I was already with them for 3 years, and I felt like it was just there. I was just there. And sometimes you just have to say, okay, it's time to move forward.
Gotta sacrifice. If you're not happy, leave it.
Obviously, I still have some side hustles, which is Serena Swimwear and Fin by SP. The other things are on hold because of quarantine. Yeah, just try, do whatever you can. Be resourceful, creative.
And think long-term talaga. I mean, if you're just there for the next 10 years and then you're not then you really want, to get to know also what you guys struggled with before. It doesn't have to be work. I mean, it could be something. Me, I'm struggling with losing weight. I'm struggling.
The struggle
whatever. Yeah, the struggle is really, really real. Feel free to comment down below. Let us know what you're going through right now, and then we can definitely help you guys.
Or if we didn't mention tips that you think are worth mentioning, share it in the comment section or on our Instagram at New Age Digital PH.
For the next episode, we will be talking about 4 reasons why content marketing is very important.
Content is
Key.
Please don't forget to subscribe.
and hit
Well,
the
if you're
subscribe
on
button.
episode 4, we hope it's because you've subscribed. But if
yeah.
not, subscribe,
Subscribe.
like, share.
And don't forget to follow us on social media
At Erika Hoxon, Erika with a K.
at Bella Yeager, Bella double L. Please follow New Age Digital PH on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and now on YouTube. See you guys on our next episode of NAD TV. Bye! Stay safe!